I'm Erika Eneqvist. I work at the City Executive Office with climate, you could say, in some way, the environmental things going on. But I would say that lots of things going on is about how to govern, how to collaborate with others in order to work to achieve a better climate. So I'm not a climate specialist. And I think that some of my colleagues here presented very well about the challenges here in Kista. So we will go through a little bit. We are heading for a fossil-free and climate-positive Stockholm by 2040. But now we say that we are heading for 2030 because we want to reach the mission. So we will come to that. But this is what we have a political decision on, the 2040 goal. And as you can see on the graph here, from 1990 and until now, we have had reductions in CO2 emissions. But the thing is that it's very much on the heating sector, which is the dark blue. So the heating sector is in many senses quite good, and we have had lots of technical solutions during the years to help with that. But the lightest part is on transports, as we had said. So that's one of the greatest challenges for, as you know, of course, this is nothing new. And we also want to reduce the impact on climate from consumption. If we look a little bit on the technical potential for climate neutrality by 2030, so now we change because we need to go even faster because of the Paris Agreement, and you know that we have the 100 mission cities on the European Union level, where Stockholm is one part. So in order to achieve this, we have been calculating a little bit on this, and to achieve it, we both need, it's quite ambitious, I would say, a climate and positive Stockholm. We need to reduce the amount of plastics in the waste, because there's lots of plastics in the heating system. So we need to take away that part. All the rest of the fossil oil needs to be phased out, and we also need to have a positive development in construction machinery. And this is not everything that the city by itself has, you know, the power over. A new focus on an emission-free inner city traffic by 2030. With only zero-emission vehicles and the fast electrification. So it's a very much high focus on electric transport. And as you can see, this below zero thing, we're also focusing on, and this could be a bit controversial, but we are focusing on a full-scale bio-CCS plant for carbon storage in order to achieve this 800 tons. As I said, the city is one of these 100 cities in Europe. It's actually 112 cities because it's 12 cities outside of the European Union as well. So we are establishing a climate city contract on the national level. So the city of Stockholm has a contract with 5 state authorities in Sweden, but we're now developing a contract with the European level as well, where we will create a mission action plan. You know, this is something that we have done before, like creating actions, but we're now working on climate investment plans where we need to combine the budget and the money with the measures to reach climate neutrality. And this is involved in the territory of Stockholm. So it's not about the city of Stockholm by itself. It's not about the organization. It's about all the actors in the geography of the city of Stockholm. And this is important. So we need to collaborate with all the business partners, not all, but the main polluters and also the citizens and others. And She's is appointed as one of 5 city districts pinpointed as system demonstrators in this dialogue with the European Union, because it's lots of things going on here, and we want to make use of that, but also point out this as a system demonstrator. We need to focus on the governance of innovation projects here. So to not achieve only this like small scale project where we have very high level research and innovation, but we also need to make use of it more full scale in the city. And what we, as Oskar said, what we actually need help with is to focus more on citizen engagement. So how can we, for example, make use of all this engagement out there, but also how can we combine the digitalization with citizen engagement, because it's about both how can we steer better, how can we develop, make use of AI in our systems, but also how can we influence people and behaviors and norms and things like that with digital tools. So I'm really curious about that. I think we really fast need to move from people working on the climate and environment and focus on how we can work together. And that's also where we now engaging people with working on investments, for example. So yeah, I think we really need to move from CO2 emissions and things like that and move on into make use of data and move into this more softer ways of how we change behavior, for example.
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's good.